Grand Rapids Grind is an entrepreneur production dedicated to assisting micro, local, and early stage small business optimize the resources, education, and capital opportunities in the community. On this edition of Grand Rapids Grind, we'll be visiting Ambiance Kitchen and Bar, one of the new spots within the Grand Rapids area. They cater to the nightlife in a major way, and we want to make sure that they're consistent within the community. So Grand Rapids Grind is trying to figure out what opportunities for exposure, what resources, or what investable connections in the community that they need to help them remain and be scalable. Check us out.
Hello, my name is AJ Hills, one of the owners of Ambiance GR. Ambiance GR means really an opportunity to fill a void in the culture here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We wanted to provide a solution here in Grand Rapids, Michigan that made sure that a live entertainment space was something representative, that we have customers from Southwest Grand Rapids, Southeast Grand Rapids, Northeast all come here and feel welcome and know that they have a place to have a good time.
I'm Jonathan Jelks, one of the founders of Ambiance Kitchen and Lounge, a serial entrepreneur from Southeast Grand Rapids, and excited to be here. With Ambiance, it was very important for us to not be pigeonholed into only being one thing. We wanted this space to be adaptable to everybody, to people from all different generations, all different ethnic backgrounds. So when you bring in different talent, people regionally, locally, and even nationally, to come and play in your space, when you create an environment that's welcoming, even when you look at the art on the wall, it's very reflective of the world. It's our world perspective. And you know, we're having the time of our lives doing this project, man. It's been great.
So I got a chance to talk to AJ Hills and Jonathan Jelks, two of the owners of Ambiance GR Kitchen and Bar. We talked about some of the things that they did as far as building out, the location, and we talked about some solutions to help them remain consistent within the community. Check out our interview. Really, what we would like to ask you guys is, so tell us about, like, where did the vision for Ambiance come from?
Shout out to all the partners who are involved with Ambiance. My big bro, Lacey Jones, is an aficionado in the bar business and the hospitality industry. And when I was a young guy and I didn't have two nickels to rub together, you know, I had a name in the city, but I didn't have a lot of dollars on me. Lace, introduced me to some of the nightlife around the city and was lighting me up. You know, he's sending me bottles of champagne and just showing me what hospitality was all about. And at that time, he was building out one of his first establishments, $1 million project out there in Muskegon. And now, you know, me getting involved with business myself, becoming an investor myself, and establishing myself as an entrepreneur. I wanted to pay it forward, and so me and him kind of came up with what became Ambiance. He had the idea, he had the vision and the concept, and I had the relationships and had worked in venture capital and knew that we needed to put together a really strong team in order to do this. And we knew it was going to be a disruptive project. We knew it was going to be amazing in the heart of our city in downtown, because there hasn't been anything like this in a very long time. Really, there's never been anything like this before. African-American owned, full bar liquor license, bar and restaurant. And we knew we were going to do something that the people would truly appreciate. And it's a great time because Grand Rapids is growing. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Number one economy right now, so they're saying. And so there was a unique opportunity for us to take advantage of the growth of a community that we've poured blood, sweat, and tears into. We put sweat equity into. And this is a perfect time. And we survived COVID because we were really originally supposed to open up in March of 2020. We had to wait a couple years, but we did what we had to do. We put our heads down, we did our work, and now we've brought all this into fruition. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's amazing for us. We take what we've done here in this business personal. Usually, I always say, the Godfather, it's not business. It's not personal. It's just business. But this one is personal. It's near and dear to our heart.
And one thing that I noticed that I really appreciate about you guys is the team that you guys have assimilated, right? And anywhere in life, there's no I in team, and you have to have a star-studded team to do the things that you guys are doing. So tell me about how the team came about.
So with the team, man, I just assembled trusted individuals that I thought, could help bring this project to life. It started with me and Lace. and then we just worked from there. You know, it was a natural progression. My partner Jamil Robinson, we're involved with a lot of different businesses together. He has a brilliant business mind. He knows business in and outs. He knows business mechanics, and he has acumen. And I said, bro, for this type of project, I want you to be involved with us and, you know, help us to execute this. He's great at implementation, so I'm able to be a visionary and come up with ideas and drive the direction. And Jamil is great at implementation. AJ's the same way. You know, AJ's a workhorse. He's steady. He's dependable. He's reliable. And I wanted to assemble guys who all had resources, you know what I mean, to put in, because, you know, you can't have a project like this where anybody feels like somebody's freeloading. Everybody has to contribute, you know what I mean, utilize their expertise for the betterment of the project as a whole. And so Willie came involved because, you know, he's been a business partner of mine, but he brings that gravitas on a national, international level, having been a hip-hop artist, really the most major hip-hop artist signed to a label. You know, he was the second artist signed to a label after Robert S., but Willie did it really, really big, you know what I mean, in the industry, and represented Grand Rapids to the fullest. And so I felt like his expertise as a musician, as an artist, you know, having records with everybody from Nas to T.I. and Gucci Mane would play well for what we want to do from the entertainment perspective. And we made it happen. Came together, everybody knew each other, and then those who didn't know each other as well, everybody got familiar, and we really just put all our egos to the side. It wasn't anything to talk about. We knew what the goal was. We knew what needed to happen. And we came together, you know what I mean, and just have stuck together through all the highs and the lows and the ebbs and the flows.
To John's point, it all started with the vision, but then you got to get down to the nuts and bolts, from whether it was the architect to the city commission meetings to liquor license approval. It was a process, just like you said, and we ran the marathon, man. We started this thing the end of 2018, early 2019, and had to survive the pandemic and some unexpected things that had to come. So I can't say enough how valuable the team was, because for, like, as we shared before, for one person or two people to try to navigate this business, that'd be a lot of weight on their shoulders. So for us, it was a lot ability to divide and conquer, utilize our strengths to help check one more thing off the list. And we still have some other things to check off the list, such as our kitchen coming online the end of next month. But without the team and the ability to, you know, take all of those first downs to eventually get us to that touchdown, so we could celebrate not only, you know, the opening of Ambiance, but the success, the people coming in and introducing people to the space so they could go tell a friend to come down to Ambiance. And even like bottle service, right? Like, bottle service wasn't a huge thing in our city, but when those lights come on prime time nights, Friday and Saturday, you see the crowd looking. Everybody want to figure out how they could get that table next time and put those sparklers in the air. So we want to provide something new, something that we've seen around the country, but just hasn't really been implemented here. So we find ourselves as, you know, innovators in this space, to be disruptive and inclusive. But we just super excited about what the future holds for Ambiance.
So yeah, so that was definitely one of the things that I've noticed that really kind of made you all stand apart outside of the vibe and the traffic, the type of people that come in here, was the bottle service, right? Because, you know, when we go to other cities, big cities, you know what I'm saying, we're not talking about buying a shot, we're talking about buying a bottle. And so to be able to create that culture in Grand Rapids, when the people that live in Grand Rapids buy bottles in other places, it only makes sense for them to buy bottles at Ambiance, right?
Well, you got to that point, man. It was $1 million build out to do this establishment. We spared no expense to create, you know, the aesthetic and the vibe that would be welcoming to everybody. You know, you see the greats on our walls represented in the art. You know, I'm looking at Nas and Jay-Z over there, two of my personal favorites. But we also have John Lennon and the Beatles on that wall over there. You know, so the thing for us is to be welcoming to everybody from all different generations, all different ethnic backgrounds. We're servicing the community at large, and we do that by working with the curators who can make it happen, but also in-house curating ourselves, being intentional about servicing every area of the community. Most bars have a niche. Most establishments service one type of audience, one type of crowd. It was very important for us to set the precedent that we are here for everybody, and so we've done that. And I think, you know, that gives us a competitive advantage as well.
Let's talk about you know, future goals and future plans and future events, or, you know, things that's going on at Ambiance. So kind of entertain the listeners to some things that's about to go on and you guys see happening in the future?
So many different great things going on. Future goals is to do more of this. So we have 3 other liquor license establishments that are under construction right now. 2 in Muskegon, right in the heart of downtown. The Motu Lakeshore Wine Bar, which is named after our spirits company, Motu Vijay Spirits. We're in 300 stores, 80 stores within Myers' portfolio. And then the Prohibition Bar, which is right behind it. It's in the same building, same shared space. And Prohibition Bar is going to be like an ambiance for the city of Muskegon. So live entertainment, lounge vibes, upscale, super classy, has that aesthetic that you want to take your lady to a date on, but also get on the dance floor and make that happen. Get your boogie nights on. And then we have Sip Coffee and Cocktails in Alger Heights. So we're diversifying our portfolio. It's not about just doing one project. It's about kind of putting our fingerprints on the DNA of all of Grand Rapids, and making sure West Michigan, even more expansive West Michigan, is understanding that, it's our time. Most of us are millennials who are part of this group. We're millennials and we're manifesting our dreams, bringing things into fruition and creating places where community can come and celebrate and also network and learn. Entrepreneurs can make connections. It's the whole gamut. So for us, it's really about creating those opportunities for people who come up in Southeast Grand Rapids, Southwest Grand Rapids, some of these places that don't get the attention or don't know about the resources in the ecosystem, that talent pipeline. We want other people to know that they can own. We want them to come work for us so they can learn to own. If you're a curator, we want you to partner with us from an artistic perspective. So do your shows here, throw your shows here, all of the above, and we can make this community great together. And we can get Grand Rapids to start celebrating diversity in the way that's going to make the community grow up. Grand Rapids is a big city, but it has a small town mentality. Everything has been too insular. Everything has been too homogenous. And in order to change that, you need places and spaces like this where people feel comfortable, they're coming together, they're learning about one another, and then they're making things happen.
And the only thing I would add is from a generational standpoint, right? Like we've been really good at capturing the young professional, but for nights like tonight, we want to reach up to the generations that came before us, make sure that they have a spot to come listen to jazz, blues, Motown, magic, and those type of things. So we want to make sure not only that young professionals have a good spot to come to, but the generation that came before us have a spot to call their own as well.
And that's something to appreciate. Because really, visually helping, black and brown see different things, right? Absolutely. And seeing different things, right? Well, it's like where it starts at to switch the mindset, right? And so we compliment you all for giving that visual and like having these establishments, But the goal is for you guys to really share, what you're doing and how y'all making that impact. And I would be amiss if I didn't mention the beverages that y'all have up under y'all umbrella as well, y'all in-house beverages that y'all also offer to the community, that only gonna further help y'all make more impact within y'all communities and give a more defined image of what success can look like for black and brown communities.
We believe business is one of the ways to solve social inequities, solve disparities, and so with every business we're always thinking about what our angle is to help empower the community. And we feel like the self-sufficiency that can come out of entrepreneurship is one of the best methods by which to empower the community. And so with Motu Vijay Spirits, we've been blessed, man. We've been very fortunate to create momentum and launch a spirits company in 2019 to now be in 300 stores, not just in Michigan, but regional with national distribution. It's just been a dream come true. And so we've been having fun with that. But it's even better now, to be able to have a drink of your own stuff at your own bar. That's everything coming full circle. But making sure that education is there so that other entrepreneurs have those opportunities is at the forefront of what we do. It has to be, because we've had too many people harbor resources and go off in their little corner once they've quote unquote become successful. And that's been to the detriment of the community at large, So the common good, or as my boy Puffy would say, moving from me to we, Diddy, Big Diddy. That's what our generation has to be about in order to make things change, in order to make things shake.
So, so how we do things around here is a little bit more different. And so while we got these intelligent and motivated and handsome, I can't be giving all those type of props, but I'll give it right now, right? No homo, I'll give it right now, right? However, Can we get some bottles? Can we see their bottles? Can we have their bottles so we can show the bottles that they have? So when you see these bottles at the store, you know that you're supporting the owners at Ambiance and the impact they're trying to have in the community.
So you see 3 of our products here. Motivage Brut, that's our signature product. The beautiful thing about it is we're allowed to call it a champagne. The reason being is the vineyards where it comes from is over 100 years old, and so there's a clause that if the vineyard where your bubbly comes from is over 100 years old, you can actually call it champagne. So it's great marketing for us. When you go to Myers, any of the stores that we're in, you'll see Motivage Brut Champagne. It's Michigan made. It's a great product, and it's our signature, and it bears our company name. Right here, what you see is a Vining Supreme vodka. It's a great gluten-free vodka, corn-based, very strong, and very, very Grand Rapids and West Michigan. It's made at Long Road Distillers over there on the west side. Shout out to our partners over there, John and Kyle. They do a great job of distilling it for us, and we're super excited about it. It is a favorite in the restaurants, and it's great for cocktails and mixed drinks, things of that nature. And then our third product, this is our new hot ticket item, is Eye Candy She Saw, She Conquered. It's a red, sweet, still rosé. It's inspired by all the women in our lives, all the heroes and heroines that we looked up to, the fly ladies, the intelligent ones, the beautiful ones, the bossy ones. And, we're really excited about this because it's become a fan favorite with the ladies. So it's doing as intended. You see women from all different ethnic backgrounds represented on the label. And we're super excited about it, man. We're just so low maintenance about this. The product speaks for itself. My partner, Willie the Kid, designed each and every label for every bottle that we've done thus far, and the company is growing, and we're excited to have national distribution and to continue to create momentum for it.
Thanks for sharing. So a goal with one of the goals, objectives with Grand Rapids Grind is to also highlight brand owners and brands, but also find out ways that the community can support the brand and that resources or opportunities that can help scale the business become available for you all.
First thing that we like to do is just encourage everybody to come down, right? So we're still in our grand opening phase where some people know we're open, some people don't, but we really encourage everybody to come give us a shot, come check out our drinks, and really once March come give us have a dinner with your family and enjoy the space, because for us, the more people we get in here, the more people that love this space, we believe we could retain customers and create that unique experience that hasn't been present in West Michigan. So we really need the customer loyalty, but also the ability to grow with us, right? As Jonathan mentioned, this is our first endeavor on this scale, and we're going to learn a lot. We're going to make some mistakes, but grow with us on the journey to ensure that we be here for the next 10 years plus and serve this community in a good way.
I think AJ answered that well, though. It's come down, come support. If you like sweet wine, buy our products. We're here, we're on the shelves, and we appreciate y'all. We appreciate all the support we've already received. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I feel like, man, we've been so fortunate just to be here, and we couldn't be here without you guys already supporting. So I'm going to use this opportunity to say thank you and get on your GR grind. GR grind, man. That's it.
All right, so we want to offer you all guys a solution, right? So that we feel like from a strategy standpoint that will be able to be interesting for y'all to look into to help bring y'all business closer to some of those goals and objectives that y'all have. So we're gonna take like 5 minutes and we're gonna go on the think tank and then we're gonna come back and then we're gonna share our solution with y'all. Through just me doing my research and paying attention to the environment at Ambiance and just thinking about creative solutions, thinking about scale and ways to, have further impact from a capital perspective. And so I'm like, Ambiance is really positioned. They kind of already got everything, all the nails in the coffin. So what else could they do? And so I started thinking about the kitchen, right? So that good Caribbean food that y'all gonna offer. How could y'all serve food but not serve food from a strategy perspective? And so we thought about giving you guys a strategy of offering to-go boxes with samples of the food that's going to be offered on the menu. That way to get people aware with the menu, and also creates another stream of capital on a low-end basis, and also get people to the door.
That's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, so
I appreciate you. That's a beautiful idea. GR grind.
GR Grind. So our goal is to be able to help these micro, local, and early stage small business get to the next level. So if we're not offering them educational resources, we're not doing our job. So Grand Rapids Grind, we're here to stay and watch us work.
Party, put your hands up. my peoples that came to party. This is black excellence. We pushing to make it relevant. We been heaven sent. I'm in ambiance looking elegant.